Hang out with me while I tell you the most backhanded girl thing I think I ever did. I made a fake Instagram account to tell a girl that her boyfriend was cheating on her. You're thinking, wait, but that's not backhanded, just... So when I was a senior in high school, I started dating this guy. He ended up cheating on me a few times. But when I didn't know that he was cheating on me, I knew that he had an ex-girlfriend, but he had told me that he didn't care about her at all and there was nothing to worry about. And so I was like, oh, okay, let me just take you at your word. I was 18 and naive and believed people actually spoke with truth. So we're a few months into the relationship at this point, and I had posted a snippet of a YouTube video I had made with him on my Instagram, and I get a DM request from this one girl. Now, I didn't know this girl at all, but she had messaged me back my own video and was like, hey, I'm like an old friend of his. It's just so good to see him happy. Can you tell him that I said hi? And so I screenshotted it and I sent it to him, and he was like, oh, just block her. And I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, who is this? And he's like, oh, it's an ex. And I was like, oh, okay, like, that's weird. And I quite literally paid no mind to it. This girl ended up, like, low-key stalking me on social media. She commented on several of my Instagram posts, followed me on Twitter, subscribed to my YouTube channel, was at the same prom as me, and I didn't even know it. And she commented and was like, oh my God, we were, like, in the same room together. Keep in mind, she's my ex's ex, and I didn't know that. I really pay her no mind because, again, I'm just thinking like, oh, I feel really bad for her. Like, she's still really hung up on this guy. Like, that's really sad. Well, that pity kind of went right out the window when one of my friends in my hometown was working at her job, and this girl comes up to her and she's like, hey, like, you know Ansley Hutchinson, right? She's like, yeah, she's like my best friend. And she's like, great, well, I really like her videos and I have something to tell you. And she proceeded to tell my friend that there was a girl going around telling everybody that I was incredibly ugly and I couldn't sing. And I was dating this guy that was her ex that she was gonna marry, and it was just a matter of time before like she got back in the mix. And I'm thinking, that is so weird, because this is the same girl who was like being a fan, low key. But again, like, I don't do anything, I don't say anything, blah, 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 blah. I had just moved to LA. I'd been here for like less than a week, and my best friend calls me and she's like, hey, have you talked to so-and-so yet? And I was like, yeah, we like talked today, why? And she's like, well, has he talked to you about something? And I was like, what? And she tells me that basically this girl that had been going around saying I was so ugly and I couldn't sing and she was gonna marry my boyfriend wasn't crazy. No, because it was being reciprocated. He had been messaging her like on Tumblr, which is weird. Why is a man there? I'm kidding. I got screenshots of all these messages of like him saying that their love wasn't unrequited, it was just complicated, and like, don't worry, like blah, 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 blah. This was the same guy who was like sobbing, being like, please, like, don't leave me, like, I love you so, like, it was just weird, okay? So anyway, I saw myself out because obviously like a rat is a rat and there's nothing you can do about that. I was furious at him, and then I was angry at her because like she didn't know me, she owed me no loyalty, but it was the like backhanded of commenting on all my stuff, following my profiles, keeping tabs on me, talking so much shit about me, all because you wanted him? Bitch, he had buck teeth! Anyway, I was 19 at the time, so I didn't really have like a lot of a backbone. I didn't know how to advocate for myself. I didn't really know how to stand up for myself, but I did leave the relationship and I like quite literally never looked back. Well, I did look back at Instagram a few months after that because, you know, curiosity kills the cat. And I saw that my ex and the girl he had cheated on me with were still together. And I'm like, you know what? You lose him how you get him. Like, whatever. Well, not that I lost him how I got him, but that like eventually karma might do the same thing to her. You know what I mean? A few years later, I'm back in town, my hometown, and I'm talking to one of my friends, which is like a mutual friend with my ex, and I'm finding out that he cheated on the girl he cheated on me with. And I'm thinking, God, she was hung up on him for years. That is so awful of him. I asked my friend, I was like, are you gonna tell her? And she's like, no, that's like not really my place. And I was like, well, it's not really my place either. But I knew that she would never believe it coming from my account because she would probably view me as this like spiteful, vengeful liar, which spiteful and vengeful, yes, liar, no. So I ended up making a burner account and posed as a boy, and I spent like months posting on it, making my bio convincing, following a lot of like thirst accounts, just to really sell the bit. I love that I said, not a liar, and then proceeds to tell you guys about one of the things I did that definitely was lying about my identity and lying about how I came into the information, but I wasn't lying about it being true, and that's what I was trying to get at, okay? So get out my fucking ass! When I felt like it was ready, I messaged her, and I was like, hey, are you still dating this guy? And she's like, yeah? Hey, I came into some information, your boyfriend told me that he cheated on you, I'm a friend of his from school, like, do with that information what you will. And she responds back and she's like, wow, yeah, perks of having a long-term relationship, I guess. This isn't new. Oh my God, this isn't even the first time. That is quite literally horrific. So a few months later, I checked back in just to see like if she stayed, because I really hope that she didn't, because as much as I hate her, I want him miserable. And I checked her Instagram and she had a new boyfriend. One that, honestly, she looks rather happy with. And so, fuck it. I'm the villain, she's happy, whatever. So anyway, that was the story of my first boyfriend cheating on me with his ex-girlfriend, and then me finding out years after being his ex-girlfriend that he was cheating on the girl he cheated on me with, and so I made sure she knew that she was cheating on her, and then she left him. That's one of my favorite things about myself. I may not act in the moment, I may not get revenge right away, but best believe, 10 years down the line, I've never known the life of letting go when someone really deserves awful things. Anyway, thanks for getting ready with me today. I love you guys so much. Okay, goodbye!